Hello everybody and welcome back to Football Manager Experiments. This is part 3 of our world-class Youth Academy Challenge, where we have taken York City, who were in the Vanarama North at the start of the game, and given them state-of-the-art youth facilities, exceptional junior coaching and exceptional youth recruitment. So we've now fast-forwarded through to the end of the 2031 season, and as you can see here, since we've left off in part 2, things at York City have stagnated a little bit. They've endured a few seasons here in League One, but as you can see from the top, it is good news. York City have been promoted from League One and will be playing in the Championship next season, finishing second here in League One. 87 points from 46 games, denied the title by MK Dons on goal difference there. Some bad form at the back end of the season, costing York the chance to crown themselves champions, but nevertheless a fantastic season. So let's go and have a quick look at the schedule, see if there's been any notable cup runs. We're just going to change the competition view slightly. So as we can see here in the promotion season, they actually got knocked out of all of the cup competitions pretty early on. Didn't make it through in the leasing.com trophy. FA Cup second round replay defeat to MK Dons, who won over York twice here. And then Carabao Cup second round exit away to Salford after an impressive win against Leeds. But if we just sort of flick back through the last few seasons, not too much to write home about here. FA Cup second round again, Carabao Cup first round, leasing.com quarter final. This season, I don't believe they had a particularly great year. Before that, FA Cup second round again, Carabao second round, group stages of the leasing.com. So yeah, it's been an interesting time of things recently for York, as we can sort of see from the schedule if we just go to the current view again. But yeah, a very impressive season here. Incredible run from December all the way through the Christmas period, which we know is very tough, especially in the lower leagues. Or am I looking at this the wrong way around? Who knows? But yeah, good season nevertheless here. I think we actually need to go to date, don't we? There we go. Still, pretty good run around this period of time. And looking very, very good with that promotion. Let's have a quick look. We're going to go into managers first. And as we can see here, the struggle in League One did cost Alan Dowson his position. He was ultimately sacked after pretty much 8 years in charge, which is a very long time in this game for someone to be in charge. 1 league win and 3 promotions. Matt Sadler came in, securing the promotion here. Just having a look at Matt Sadler. First managerial job as well, so very impressive there for him. So yeah, all good. Let's also just have a look at our staff as well very quickly, see who is in charge. Head of Youth Development, Dan Wilson, the living legend that is Dan Wilson, still there picking our youth recruits. So let's go and have a look at the transfer history quickly, see what York have been up to. And as we can see here pretty quickly, there are some big yellow bars over the last few years. Some pretty hefty transfer fees have been coming in for York City. Looking at this here, Mitch Scott, I don't believe he was a youth player. No, they actually signed him and then sold him on, as you can see there. But a few youngsters making their way. Andy Brisson here, an attacking left midfielder. He came through the ranks at York a few years back. Instrumental in their promotion campaign here, actually 6 goals, 4 assists, 6.98. Got snapped up by Sheffield United in the Sky Bet Championship. Let's just have a look at his details very quickly. Current ability 138, potential of 147. So another very, very good player coming through the academy there. Not only did he serve some time at York, but went on to generate pretty significant income. Let's just have a look at some of the transfers that may have helped boost this promotion season here for York. So have a look at this guy. Came in, Congolese player, didn't really play a lot, 19 games, not particularly great average rating there. Guy came in, they did spend some money in January after they'd been through the beginning part of the season. Pete Wilson here came in, again 300k, not really doing you much, and he came from a League 2 club. That is a lot of money. And then Reece Hutchinson came in from Burton. again, coming from a League Two club, not a particularly great average rating. So certainly some question marks I have around the transfer policy here at York in terms of the players they're signing. But as we can see this season here again, very, very strong in the market. Richard Barry going for 5.25 million to Portsmouth, and he's doing very well in the Sky Bet Championship. Had some good stats there as soon as he got into the first team with York. So great to see the products coming through, playing in the first team. He was the most noticeable. What I do see here is 1.5 million was spent on Warren Young. Let's have a look at this. 1.5 million spent for a couple of seasons, and then they sold him for 250k. That is a huge loss of 1.25 million in a couple of seasons, and not much return in terms of ratings. So again, those questions surely being asked of the transfer policy here. Just go back a couple of seasons, see if there's any other significant players. James Simmons here, what a commanding fee that is. 3 point something million and a little bit more. Cost so far 9.25 million. Let's just click in and have a look at some of his stats here. Current ability 119, potential 135, so decent. But that is a lot of money that Fulham have splashed out on James Simmons here. We'll wait and see how that turns out. And then Jimmy Stevens here, he actually came in to York, purchased for 2.1 million, did pretty well, and then sold for a small profit there. Excellent. So let's go back all the way to the first set of players that came through and went on. Let's have a look at Sean Stead here, the young, well, he's not young anymore, 27-year-old English central defensive midfielder, and he's now at Bayern Munich. Unbelievable. Look at those stats. That is very impressive. The green that we love to see as Football Manager managers. So let's have a look here. Spent a good 4 years at Wolves. Pretty impressive ratings, especially in the last couple of years. Didn't go for that much. Bayern here only paying 17.25 million for him, and so far he's done all right, averaging around 7 in his ratings. Let's just click in, see what his ability, current ability 171, potential 179, but given that he's 27, I don't think he'll be improving too much more. 28 caps for England, so he is as a regular now. He's made his way into the England team, and let's also just sort of see if he's won anything of note so far during his career. So under 19 championships for England, he was relegated there with under 23s at Everton, but no trophies so far for Sean Stead. Nothing to hang up on his mantelpiece, unfortunately. Goodwin Aseni, have a look at him. No caps for England. That sort of springs to mind. He's still at Wolves, as we can see here. He had a fantastic first season, I remember. Second season was even better. 10 goals from midfield. But since then, he has really, really struggled in this Wolves team. Makes Sean Stead's ratings even more impressive if Wolves have had a tough time of things. And I do see that he's wanted at the moment. West Ham are interested in him, and he's being transfer listed, surplus to requirements there. So good to see those two guys having a very good career after being scouted by the one and only Dan Wilson. Casey McDermott, he was another one of the early guys to be sold. He went off to Wigan. Brentford have now snapped him up, and he had a bit of a loan spell in France before coming back. Hasn't had a great career, but a very solid championship player. And then Alan Backhouse as well, who is still at Blackburn. He has been at Blackburn ever since the 2022-2023 season. He's been promoted a couple of times into the Premier Division, but his average rating, 6.6 throughout his career, is not particularly impressive. We'll just have a look at a couple more players here, some of the notable ones that went early on and have had some chance to develop. So Tijane Lopez, the Portuguese player, no international caps here, at Napoli, worth 23 million. He's had a very busy few years here. Purchased by Palace, loaned out a couple of times. Bournemouth signed him for 16 million before Burnley splashed out and paid 35 million for him. Loan spell to Sampdoria, and obviously whilst he was in Italy, caught the eye of the Napoli director of football, I presume, and he's been purchased. But stats, again, not too much to write home about for an attacking midfielder there, unfortunately. Anybody else that was worth looking at? Probably not at this moment in time. So we'll sort of leave it there for the transfers. Let's just go in and have a quick look at the senior squad. the players that have been doing things for York this season. So Johnny Anderson, this 18-year-old, looks like he's come through the academy yet. He's just broken through into the first team, a couple of appearances there and 1 assist so far, which is good to see. Anybody else? Liam Partridge, has he come through the academy? No, he has not. He's been purchased. Alwyn Wilson, he has. The goalkeeper, he's played 32 times this year. That's great to see. Only 7 clean sheets, which makes it even more impressive that York actually did finish second in that season. Luca Fitzgerald, I'm not sure. He did come through the academy. He has been a first team regular for basically 4 seasons now. But again, 6.66 average rating, 6.67 in a promotion winning team isn't much to shout about. And let's just have a look at some of the stats, the league stats here throughout the season, see where the goals came from. Lewis Foriani here, 12 goals, 13 assists. That is very impressive. He was purchased from Gillingham for 1.3 million, and he has been performing very well. So probably a key man for the championship season. And then, Nathan Butler Oyeji, I probably am pronouncing that wrong. Free signing, producing a pretty good season, getting some goals. And then other high performer, Sam Nombi here, again signed on a free, been a regular ever since, and performing pretty well. So that's where things are at the moment for York City. We've had a bit of stagnation, but we finally have that promotion up to the championship, the one that we'd all been waiting for. The last few seasons, let's just have a look, 14th, 10th, 19th, which only just avoids relegation in League One by a couple of places, I think, before 7th last year and just missing out on the playoffs. So let's have a look at the club details. Club reputation now at 4872. That is very strong. Significant improvements there as we've gone on this journey. Club attendance up at 13,358, which is very good. Minimum club attendance 2,000, max 14, pushing 15,000. In terms of the finances, there is very impressive, over 13.5 million in the bank account. That is a 14 million pound transfer budget, which obviously will come in use during their season in the championship. We'll have to wait and see how they splash the cash there. And then a pretty good wage budget, which I think will need to be increased as they look to establish themselves in the championship. So in terms of facilities, the stadium has been upgraded to 12,000. I think that's a maximum that it's going to be. Training facilities still at 12. Youth facilities, junior coaching and youth recruitment all now at 20. So they have maintained those. I think they've recently improved the youth facilities, putting that money to good effect. This experiment is working very well. Let's go back to the transfer history again. We see, that the main purpose of having a great youth academy was to generate not only talent for the first team squad, but the funds needed to push York to the next level. And we can certainly see that that's been happening here. Great to see that everything is working out very, very well indeed. So that will end everything here for part 3. What we're going to do, we want to keep on moving forward, see if we can get into the Premier Division, establish ourselves as a championship team, and then keep on building from there. So we're going to skip forward again another 5 seasons to the end of the 2036 season, and we'll pick it up there in part 4. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching this episode of Football Manager Experiments. If you like the video, please do hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you do not miss any uploads. If you have any suggestions for future videos or comments on this video, please do let me know in the comments section below. And please do follow me on my socials, which are on the screen right now. Thanks, everybody, and see you in the next video.